what can I say about this year in Mr. Simpson's? This class has been really helpful for me. I've learned how to use a lot of programs, mainly on Macs. I worked on iMovie a lot. I knew a little about iMovie before, but the projects I had created using iMovie were a little bland. Early on in the class, I learned how to use a green screen. I also learned how to alter clips, audio, and video. My videos are now exciting and have cool effects. My knowledge of using GarageBand definitely extended. I use it to make and record my own song and even to dub the voices in the show we produced. I learned how to put different pre-recorded instruments together and make them sound like a real song. When making movies, I now know that I need to be conscious of the volume of every clip. I know I really hate when I have to keep turning my volume up and down while watching a movie, so I try to make all the volume in my videos about the same to avoid this problem. We also use Pages to write scripts, and I learned the general layout of a screenplay. We wrote scripts for an entire 7-episode series, so we had to be sure that they worked well from one script to the other and that there were no ambiguities between them. This involved rewriting parts and episodes, and we also had to practice all 7 scripts over and over again with the whole class. When filming, I learned that it's best to get each scene from multiple angles, that way it doesn't get boring. We also cannot depend on the sound from recording straight from the camera, so we had a boom mic. Then we have to make sure that there is no interference with the noise, like wind or people talking in the background, and make sure that the mic isn't in the shot. Also, I learned about clapboards. Before, I thought they were just to see the scene and the take of the movie, but now I know that they are used so that editors can line up the sound and the movie clips. In this class, we've also had to act. I've learned that it's better to practice your lines before your day of filming so you can actually know them. Also, it's really bad to look at the camera. Rosie, Samantha, Peyton, and I also wrote and directed the 2nd episode of Hinge High. Obviously, we're not professionals here, so sort of difficult. It was challenging to get all the actors together to film, and I don't think one single person actually practiced their lines before filming, other than with the whole class. When people came to mess up their lines, we had to go back and refilm from multiple different angles. Another issue we faced was that we filmed nearly our entire episode in the cafeteria, which is occupied by A-lunch for the first part of our class, so it was really difficult to get a lot of our scenes, or even one full scene, done in one day. It was really frustrating when people forgot to bring their characters' clothes, because then we had to postpone filming. If I did it again, I would make sure to have a set schedule so people would know when to bring their clothes and know when their scenes were being filmed. I would also move some scenes into the courtyard because of the whole cafeteria situation. Overall, it was a really good learning experience. I'd really like to see a class take on Hinge High next year and maybe alter it a little bit. In the future, I'd really like to learn how to use Final Cut. I've seen other classmates use it, and although it seems difficult, it looks really cool. I see them do so many cool effects on it, and it seems like it is just more free and has less limitation than iMovie. I'd also like to further my skills in GarageBand so I can make my own music and make my own beats. I see people doing that and it also looks pretty cool. A lot of things I learned in this class have come in handy in other classes. I really feel like it has made me more fit for the future. I also feel really cool whenever people ask me how to do things on iMovie, GarageBand, or Pages. I like that Mr. Simpson gave us a lot of freedom, designing our own projects, loose deadlines, picking our own groups, and just getting to be creative. Creativity is a really good skill to have, and this class really encourages us to use it. I would say that it would be nice if the class was a bit more structured, but other than that, the experience has been really great. Thank you, 3rd period and Mr. Simpson, for a great year.